Hello, dear students. Good morning to everyone, and I hope you are doing great and doing very fine in the exams as well. So, dear friends, I got a message from most of the students that they had urged me to prepare a video on how to appear the exams. Okay, but at a point of time I thought this is not the right time to tell about the exams, because we are in the middle of our study, and it's really just an exam that is to test your study assessment. Whatever you have done so far, that's just about your assessment. So don't be so much panic about the exams. Okay, but I must say something that would be helpful for you. You can do the things. Okay, so what I say is that how can we develop good study habits, healthy study habits? How can we improve our studies and do better performance in the exams? Okay, so this is not the right time to convey all that things about exams, but I must say what are the basic thing that we must have some knowledge, that how we can prepare for exams and our studies. Okay, so for this time you be more focused on your studies and exams, right? Thereafter you will serious about your exams. So dear students, here I have something to share with you, and I have made certain points in respect to your urge, right? So here you can see that how can we do better marks, how can we do better performance and score very high marks in our exams. Okay, so suppose while you're writing an exams, the first point that comes to our mind is the factor of time management. Time management is very important and crucial in scoring very high marks or getting very high marks and planning to attempt the questions. So what actually this point says is that how you would plan out your question answer writing, how you will plan out your question answers writing. You have to decide what are the number of questions given and how much time required for each questions to be attempted. Okay, so this is very important, that you should have a proper planning before attempting the questions, and be sure that you must attempt all the questions without any fail. Then again, about your format of writings. Format of writing is very important, that how you are going to present your answers. What should be the ideal format that everybody expect from the examinee, यानी from the students, that क्या expect करते हैं जो examiners होते हैं, जो स्कूल टीचर्स हो या वो बाहर एग्ज़ाम करेक्शन करने जाते हैं वो हो, उनको वही सेम आइडियाज़ ही उनको पसंद लगता है, जो कि आइडियल फॉर्मेट होता है, दैट इज़ वेरी रिक्वायर्स. सो फर्स्ट आई वुड सजेस्ट कि व्हाट यू शुड डू, फॉर्मेट ऑफ राइटिंग मस्ट बी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. यू शुड हैव the introduction and your body, then your about the conclusions and conclusions, as we do in our essay writings as well. In the same way, what you can do in your social science, in your biological science and any other things. Okay, basically in literature as well. Okay, so that time what you will do, now you have to introduce the question is very important in social science. That means what you want to write in your questions, in your answers. Okay, what you are exactly trying to write there, it must be there. Then you have to write great details about what you are going to support your answers. Okay, in order to support your answer you have to make certain points. कुछ points लिखना पड़ेगा that must be related and very relevant to the context what you are writing in the exam, जो कि आपके एग्जाम्स के रिलेटेड, जो कि आपके क्वेश्चंस के रिलेटेड, वो सारे होना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. ओके, तो उसमें क्या रहेगा, आप यू हैव टू इंट्रोड्यूस the questions, what exactly you are going to write. You have to write certain points as per the requirement of the mark. Okay, you have to write something related to the points you have made in the questions. Then you have to conclude that whatever you have written. So yeah, just a brief lines, because we need to see 5-6 points for your 5 marks questions. But I am not discouraging, you can express your ideas. Okay, आपके you are authorized to express your ideas. Who is I to kill your creativity? Okay, this is just a basic idea that I must share with you. Then what other things we can prepare beforehand? हम क्या कर सकते हैं? Prepare the final notes and revise multiple numbers of time. Suppose before the exam comes to you, you have, if final notes, you should have a proper note with you and revise the same notes for multiple numbers of time, for a great number of times. You have to revise every now and then that whatever you have written so far आपको वही लिखना है. You need not to recap the entire books that you have done. You need not to recap the things. You need not to recapitulate all that things from the books. You have to be very much note oriented at the last hour. Okay, तो उसी टाइम आपको नोट्स पढ़ना है. एंड आई बिलीव दैट यू वुड प्रिपेयर योर नोट्स विथ ग्रेट डिलीजेंसीज एंड ओके, बहुत मेहनत के साथ आप करोगे, ये बिलीफ है. तो बहुत अच्छे से बनाना है जो फाइनल नोट्स होगा. बट यू हैव द राइट, you have should have the ability to update your final writing as well. You can update it with you can make certain changes and addition in your writings. You can do that thing, but try to revise the same thing in number of time. Try to capture the concept, try to capture the format of your writing, what actually you are writing in the exams. Create a kind of imagery in your mind that yeah, this is the format, this is the point that I have written in the note. Then fourth point, I would say, understand questions is very, very important. Understanding the questions, having a frame in mind, having a frame of ideas in your mind, and write what has been asked in the questions. I tell you so many times that you must have a proper understanding that what you are going to present in your questions, what you are going to present your answers in your questions. That suppose yes, I do remember the last year what happened in class 9. There was a questions on what is the significance of the northern plan, and most of the students, I found that they had all written the physical features of that area, okay, rather than writing the importance or significance of that areas. And I explain you that how it is different. The two things are how different. The same topic, but the way of asking the thing is different, right? It was asking in some different perspective. It wants you to tell that what is the significance, what is the role of northern plants in accommodating such a vast population of the countries, what is the trade and communication system, how it is what is the contributions to the development of agricultures, and all the thing you have to mention there. It is about the significance and importance of the area. It is not about khadara, bhavara, about the locations. Okay, you need not to write the length, this kind of thing you need not to. And so understanding the question is very, very important. So try to answer, try to think before you write. Take a brief pause, think out, lay out a plan, then present. Suppose I have to share something with you that you can see on the screen that I made certain points to convey to you. मैं तो ऐसे नहीं आ गया कि आपको कुछ भी ऐसे वीडियो देख के ऐसे बता दूँ, ऐसा नहीं. I have written certain plan, I have my plan, what are to be presented to my students for their guidance and for their better performance in the exams. Okay, so I have also written in the same way. You have also have a mind to, you should have also a frame of mind that what are to be present in the exams. Okay, bachcho, so first you have to understand the question, prepare a draft in your mind, think before you write, the way I am thinking before I am speaking to you. Then easier to develop method for good impression and time saving. Try to write your questions in a more impressive manner within the required time given to you. Suppose you are allotted 30 minutes, you allotted 3 hours or 1.5 hours, then you must have to give maximum output within the minimum time. maximum output. Your writing must be very vivid and this must be best of your kinds. आपकी जो बेहतर है, आपकी सबसे बेहतर है जो है वही आपको प्रेजेंट कराना है, ये जो रिक्वायर्ड अमाउंट ऑफ टाइम है. सो ट्राई टू बी दैट वे, ट्राई टू प्रेजेंट दैट वे, ट्राई टू grab the attention of the examiners through different multiples numbers of which you can try this way. सो आपको इम्प्रेस कराना है, 90% से ज़्यादा मार्क लेना है, तो दैट इज ये तो बनता ही है. सो एंड व्हाट आई टेल इज ट्राई टू राइट इन पॉइंट्स विद गुड एक्सप्लेनेशन इन ईच पॉइंट्स. ट्राई टू write in points. Suppose in social study what happened, we write in points. This is very very important. We have 5 marks questions and we present our writing in points. That is the ideal way of presenting the answers. Suppose बच्चों एक question comes from your what Babar or Gandhi ji. Suppose Babar के बारे में आया. Suppose you got a question in Babar and what you need to write in 5 mark question. Can you only write he was the founder of Babar, he was founder of the Mughal Empire? No, you have to write more details about him. Who was Babar? What was his role in India? What are the different contributions, what is the achievement, what is the war achievement, okay, what will the contribution to the literature of the country. You have to write the different things, yani ki you have to write 5 points related to power, and you must have to remember 5 points does not refer to the 5 lines. It about 5 things about the person, about the question. वो क्वेश्चन के बारे में 5 तो चीज़ें बताना है, ना बल्कि 5 लाइन लिखना है. आप सिर्फ you cannot write only early lives of Babar in 5 points and complete the answers. You have to understand the question, you have to lay out the plan, you have to understand that what are to be written in a proper format. Then make diagram, flow chart, conceptual map of your answers when needed. So wherever you need, you can prepare, you can make diagrams, flow chart, conceptual maps. You can achieve good marks in your 5 points as well, 5 or 6 points as well. I no doubt about it. But you have to do your best by presenting whatever in you. How better performance you can do, how great effort you can put forth in the examinations, a primary concern, primary importance. Okay, so therefore what happened, after writing all that 5 points also, you make out 1 minute or few minutes in diagramming all that what you have written. Suppose a question is there on your atmosphere. You write about what is atmosphere, what are the different layers like troposphere, stratosphere, ionosphere, thermosphere, exosphere. Like you can write points in each subheading, right? And besides that, you can draw the layers of different layers of the atmosphere, and it will make a great difference in your writings and in the perception of the examiners. He will be very much pleased at your writings and greatly impressed, and he will ignore wherever there be any small mistakes in the next questions. This is a very very important to making some great things, making some extraordinary things that you can afford in your writings. This is very very important. Then और भी बहुत सारे बच्चे करते हैं, highlight the main points to grab the attentions. You can highlight the main points. How we can write the main points? That means what I say is you have to highlight the main points, and suppose you are giving headings, then you are putting your subheadings, then you can write a different pen like blue. You can use 2 pens only, black and blue pen. You need not to make it colorful or more elaborate. You need not to do so, because that is not allowed in the examinations. You can use 2 pen. Okay, to mark the headings, you can put on the line somewhere that you find to be very very important. ये करते हैं, this is ideal things and you can practice this thing if possible. इनमें से कुछ मेथड अप्लाई कर सकते हैं आप राइटिंग्स के साथ. डायग्राम कर सकते हैं, पॉइंट्स अंडरलाइन कर सकते हैं. दीज आर वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग दैट हेल्प यू इन स्कोरिंग एंड गेनिंग वेरी गुड मार्क्स. ओके, आप बहुत अच्छा कर सकते हैं. सपोज ये सारे जो नॉर्मल फॉर्मेट में आप 90% कर सकते हैं, एंड 100% आपको करने में वो थोड़ा सा एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्डिनरी होना पड़ेगा, एंड दैट फॉर श्योर. ओके, यू मस्ट हैव टू डू दैट इन ए वेरी वेरी कॉन्शियस एंड डिलीजेंट वे आपको करना होगा. Then do the map work clearly and prepare for it beforehand. Map work in the exam is very very important in social studies, and for this I don't suggest any personal time from your time slot. You need to do it at any time you feel free. That time you can spend some time on your map work. You have your political maps, your geographical map, and you are having a atlas with you, so you just develop a curiosity to know around the world, explore the world. I say you now all the time, exploring the learning English and exploring the world around with Master Satya. I told you all the time that explore the things around you, कि आपके एरिया, आपके जो आसपास जो चीज़ें हैं वो एक्सप्लोर करना सीखो. दिस इज़ वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट हाउ यू वुड एक्सप्लोर द थिंग, राइट. आप कैसे एक्सप्लोर करो, दैट अप टू यू. कैसे एक्सप्लोर करना है, डिफरेंट डिफरेंट चीज़ें जानना है, तो मैप आप निकालो, पढ़िए. कभी कभी आप व्हेन यू आर फीलिंग बोर, यू कैन चेक द मैप आउट सम टाइम, and very very judicious way I should say is you relate the things, different places and events with the map. Suppose you are reading about what about Gandhiji's and his works. Suppose you are reading the nationalism in India, the growth of nationalism in India. That time what would you do? You write all the places and events that you do in your long questions and while preparing the notes as well. That time you try to relate and create an imagery in your mind that this had happened in UP, this had happened in Bihar, and I have to look at where is Bihar, where is UP, and where is Karnataka, like this. Create this thing. Try to be very unique in your approach of study. Try to be very very unique in your approach. Change your approach of study. I will tell again in the next points. You must be very, you should have a curiosity to learn things in this age. And my dear students, I must say that this time is very very crucial, very very important for you. You are in a you are setting your foundations, and this must be very very strong. Okay, the school days you are having, plus 2 hours days you are having, is very very important for your life, because this such kind of questions are asked even in the exams you are appearing for different jobs, right. That time you will be asked this kind of questions. So don't ever, never ever never ever missed the opportunity that you are reading in the school, and you have to make thorough reading. You must have a proper concept clarity that you are studying this over the years. Okay, then और क्या कर सकते हैं ना, read chapters, note down its main points, doubts, and get it clarified. This is very very important. And even I class 6 and even in class 10 I have also suggested to make some scanning process while you are reading the chapter. Read the chapters between the lines, यानी कि with great explanations आपको पढ़ना पड़ेगा, आपको क्लियरली पढ़ना पड़ेगा. डोंट वेस्ट योर टाइम just in ready-made questions are like this. You have to read between the lines, you have to scan each and every paragraphs. I have uploaded 2 or 3 videos regarding book scanning of class 6. You can go and check it. Okay, I have tried to explain all the details, minor details, whatever will be come up out of this chapter. So ये बहुत अच्छा हैबिट है. आपको इसके लिए ज़्यादा मेहनत आपको एक बार ही करना पड़ेगा, एक बार मेहनत करना पड़ेगा. वंस यू लेव हार्ड ऑन दैट एरिया, यू नीड नॉट टू रिवाइज द थिंग अगेन एंड अगेन फ्रॉम मल्टीपल सोर्सेस, बिकॉज बुक इज एवरीथिंग फॉर यू. आपको डिफरेंट सोर्सेस के ऊपर बिलीव करना नहीं पड़ेगा. इफ़ यू हैव ए गुड अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑन द थिंग दैट यू हैव स्टडीड सो फार. Read the chapters, note down its main points and doubts, and get it clarified. And whenever any doubt, feel free to ask your teachers. Okay, and teachers are always cooperative, so never ever hesitate. They are paid for their job. Okay, I should not say like this, but ye true hai, this is very true, and they are doing their job great diligently. They are making out time for you student also, but they have also their life. But you have to ask the question, and they are always ready. They can make out time out of their schedules or whatever it may be, but book करके आपको बताएंगे. So feel free. Okay, Teacher's clearance is very very important. He will suggest the thing that he knows, and if he doesn't know, he can clarify the things from the different sources. Yes, very obvious बेटा, सारे लोग को पढ़ना पड़ता है, बहुत सारे चीज़ें देखना पड़ता है, अच्छे रिलेबल सोर्स में आना पड़ता है. सो दिस आर द थिंग्स. एंड और क्या है, उम्र से बड़े हैं, हम भी पढ़ रहे हैं, आप भी पढ़ रहे हैं, आप भी बहुत अच्छा कर सकते हैं. दैट द थिंग एक्चुअली. ओके, आई मस्ट से दिस थिंग, ओके, विथ ऑनेस्टी. तो सारे लोग हमें कुछ ना कुछ करना पड़ेगा. इट्स अ बाइपोलर प्रोसेस. बोथ टीचर्स एंड स्टूडेंट्स आर द टू डिफरेंट एंगल्स ऑफ द लर्निंग प्रोसेस. We are just guiding you and you are learning this stage. We have learned already. Okay, so आगे देखते हैं बच्चों हम note making process. How can you make notes? Note making is very very important. As I told you, in all the chapters, in all the subject, note making is very very important. Write the name of the chapters, write the different points, or like the advent of Gandhiji into Indian politics. Write down. And under it write about Champaran movement, Kheda Satyagraha, okay, then about Ahmedabad mill strike. So different things you have to write there. Nationalism, what is nationalism, how it is different from the European kind of nationalism. You have to write every details on all the headings. आपको नीचे उसका details लिखना पड़ेगा. This is the basic funda that can score high in your marks. ये शॉर्टकट इतना ज़्यादा नहीं है. शॉर्टकट ये है कि आपको थॉरोली पढ़ना है. दिस इज ओनली शॉर्टकट फॉर यू, एंड दीज आर द पॉइंट्स दैट ओनली गाइड यू सम वे, राइट. इट कैन गाइड यू ऑब्वियसली, सो वॉच इट. And बच्चों, I am recording it for second time. I have already recorded one times, and because my mic was not on that time, so it spoiled my neurons. देखो क्या हो गया है, हालत ख़राब हो गया है. ये second time है, so must watch this video and use words according the marks allotted to a particular question. Use words according to the marks allotted to a particular questions. So be brief, precise and concise. Be brief about the things. Be to the point. Be accurate and to the point. It's the basic thing. You must have to understand the logic behind attempting the questions with great sincerity, and use your time properly. This is the thing that you have to write the qualitative things इन दी मिनिमम रिक्वायरमेंट टाइम. आपको लिखना होगा कि रिक्वायरमेंट टाइम के अंदर आपको कैसे बेहतर करना है, बहुत अच्छे कैसे कर पाओगे, उसके ऊपर आपको ध्यान देना है. देन तो आपको ज़्यादा, सपोज आई नो गुड नंबर ऑफ थिंग्स अबाउट बाबर. कैन आई राइट अबाउट डिफरेंट स्टोरीज अबाउट Babarnama? I cannot write all the thing. I will just let the examiners know that yes sir, I know something about it. You need not to say that I know everything. Okay, you know, you have to give your best wherever necessary. आपको जब स्टेज देना है, उनके बारे में बताना है, तो यू आर फ्री टू स्पीक वॉट एवर यू राइट देयर, बट यू नीड नॉट टू राइट इन द एग्ज़ाम्स. यू हैव टू बी वेरी एक्यूरेट बच्चों, क्योंकि हम बाद में भी उनके बारे में बहुत कुछ सीख सकते हैं. तो ये आपको करना बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट है, राइट. हैव नॉलेज, हैव गुड नॉलेज, बट ट्राई दैट व्हाट आर गुड एंड व्हाट आर द मेन पॉइंट्स एंड व्हाट आर द सबऑर्डिनेट पॉइंट्स. Use words according to the marks allotted to a particular questions. Be very very commanding in your writings in a very very minimum word. Do not just write to increase the length of your answers. Do not write only to increase the length of your answers. 5 points doesn't mean 5 lines. Remember, 5 points does not mean 5 lines. It's all about 5 things related to the person asking the question and related to the questions. Try to use concise word to increase the quality of your answers. Be very commanding and extraordinary. Try to write the question, write the answers in a very very qualitative way. Try to give your best whatever in you. आपके अंदर जो बेस्ट है, आप जैसे बेस्ट कर पाओगे वही वाला आप दिखाओ उधर एग्जामिनर्स को. आपको इम्प्रेस कराना है, आपको एक बंदा को इम्प्रेस कराना है उसी टाइम, और किसी को इम्प्रेस नहीं कराना है. दुनिया को तो हम बाद में भी इम्प्रेस कर सकते हैं, हमें एग्जामिनर को, हमें लाइफ में सक्सेस होने के लिए बहुत कम लोगों को इम्प्रेस करना पड़ता है. जॉब के लिए, इफ आई से इन द रेस्पेक्टिव और मैटेरियल पर्सपेक्टिव, सपोज आई अटेंडेड एन इंटरव्यू, आई स्पीक टू ओनली 5-6 numbers of people. I gave my best, okay, and I convinced them that I know something and I got the job. Simple funda. I need not to explain to the rest of the world that I know such and such thing. I don't need to tell it. In the same way, you have to write the examinations in the such way that you know many things about the chapter. Okay, तो आपको बहुत कम लोग को इम्प्रेस करना पड़ता है जब आपकी सेल्फ इंटरेस्ट का होता है. ओके, ब्रॉडर प्रोस्पेक्टिव में हमें बहुत सारे लोगों को ये तो इम्प्रेस करना पड़ता है. आपको अच्छे काम करना पड़ेगा. जब सोशल आपको कुछ मिल जाएगा, कुछ स्टेटस मिल जाएगा, तो आप क्या चाहोगे? नेक्स्ट स्टेज क्या है आपके? नेक्स्ट स्टेज क्या है? यू वांट योर इम्पोर्टेंस टू बी इंक्रीज इन द सोसाइटी. यू नीड टू हैव ए प्लेस दैट you want or desire to. You should have an attitude to be a helpful hand to the people when they require you. ये सारे आपका नेक्स्ट टारगेट है आफ्टर योर एजुकेशन, आफ्टर बिकमिंग, आफ्टर गेटिंग ए जॉब्स और आफ्टर हैविंग ए सेटल्ड लाइफ. यू हैव दिस इज द ऑब्जेक्टिव्स ऑफ आवर लाइफ, दैट हाउ वी कैन बी हेल्पफुल पीपल टू द रेस्ट ऑफ द सोसाइटी. तो मैंने क्या बता दिया आपको? ये सही है तो आपको आंसर एक्यूरेटली लिखना है. डू नॉट यूज शॉर्ट फॉर्म ऑफ वर्ड्स लाइक डोंट फॉर डू नॉट. ये ऐसा नहीं लिखना है. दिस इज ए वेरी वेरी केयरलेस habit and you don't practice it. And I must suggest you all students never ever practice this kind of thing because this is always lead to your spelling mistake all the time. So to avoid spelling mistake, you have to be very accurate in your writings. Try to write all the words that have been given by the teachers and practice more and more question answers in order to have a clear writings, have your spelling to correct forever. आपको अच्छे स्पेलिंग के लिए आपको बहुत बार लिखना पड़ेगा. तो आपको you need to write more and more times in order to have proper spelling. आपको proper spelling कराने के लिए ये बहुत अच्छा होता है. स्पेलिंग आप कभी गलत नहीं हुआ, आई एम श्योर. आप जितने भी डिफ़िकल्ट वर्ड्स देने से आप लिख लोगे अगर आपके पास प्रैक्टिस है तो. और आपको अगर समटाइम आई मस्ट से ट्रिक, सपोज समटाइम a good number of words is given, right? Same words is given in the different spelling. So the people who are good at writing, they can write the thing that they can write this way. Yeah, the spelling is right. You can write this way. Only you can write. You never ये नहीं कर सकते आप, right? You just write it, then the spelling will be automatically correct. आप जैसे आप लिख सकते हो कि जो स्पेलिंग आपको गलत लग रहा है बाबा गलत नहीं होगा. समझ में आ रहा कि नहीं? तो आप लिखने से आपका सही हो जाएगा. अगर उसको देखे वन सी या डबल सी या ये था, कंफ्यूज हो जाओगे. ओके, सपोज ऐसा कुछ आएगा तो आप ओके. देन आप और क्या कर सकते हैं? डू नॉट यूज शॉर्ट वर्ड्स. हाँ, यूज कमांड एंड सिंपल वर्ड्स टू एक्सप्लेन योर आंसर्स. ट्राई टू बी वेरी सिंपल्स एंड ये करना है. बट आई डोंट डिस्करेज दैट यू कैन यूज कमांडिंग वर्ड्स. Okay, let the examiner to think sometime, yeah, what the boy has, what the girl has, like this. You can also write, but try to be simple so that they won't okay. So try to be simple in your writings, because हमें कोई अगर अंडर एस्टिमेट करेंगे तो बहुत हाई फाई वर्ड्स भी लगा लेंगे, तो वो अलग बात है. लेकिन try to be simple in your writings, in your speaking, in everything. Okay. तो do not decorate your answer. Don't use multiple numbers of pens and pencils. So because it क्या होगा, प्रॉब्लम होगा. So it can create a negative impact that you need not to make colorfuls and decorate your answers. You just write in one or two pens, as I told you. Then if you are not good at writing, practice a good number of time, because beautiful writings are always praised, always they have their place. Okay, but beautiful writing only will not ensure you good marks, right? आपको अच्छे कंटेंट भी चाहिए. और आपके अगर हैंड राइटिंग अच्छा नहीं है तो बच्चों सिंपली आपको क्या करना है, थोड़ा स्पेस दे के लिख लो. ओके, स्पेस दे के आप लिख लो तो एग्जामिनर कैन अंडरस्टैंड और इट कैन बी रीडेबल. तो ये क्या हो जाएगा, रीडेबल हो जाएगा. अगर आपका राइटिंग्स अच्छा नहीं है तो आपको थोड़ा सा दूरी करके रखना पड़ेगा. Use diagrams in your answer to make them more attractive and meaningful. As I tell you, you can write in diagrams, different diagrams present करो. जैसे कि एटमॉस्फेयर के बारे में बताया, तो you must be very creative in understanding the theme. और ये सब तो हम नोट मेकिंग के टाइम ही कराना चाहिए कि हाँ, how can I be better in my preparation in writing my answers. This stage should be started from much early time से आपको कराना चाहिए. डोंट पैनिक फॉर द एग्ज़ाम आपको देना है, डोंट पैनिक फॉर दैट, दिस इज़ नॉट अ बिग डील इन योर लाइफ, यू इफ़ यू आर रीडिंग गुड देन यू कैन डू बेटर इन योर एग्जाम्स, बट नेवर स्टार्ट एट द 11th आवर। लास्ट टाइम में कुछ फ़ायदा नहीं है, आप लास्ट टाइम में आप प्रैक्टिस मत क्या करो, पहले से आपका सिस्टमेटिक स्टडी करें, हैव ए गोल्स इन योर लाइफ, हैव सम सर्टन ऑब्जेक्टिव्स टू मैट योर ड्रीम, मैट योर गोल्स। आपको ऑब्जेक्टिव प्रिपेयर कराना पड़ेगा कि हाँ मेरे को अच्छे नंबर लाना है, तो हाउ आई शुड रीड, हाउ व्हाट आई शुड रीड, यू जस्ट बी मोर क्रिएटिव एंड हैव ए डेवलप ए क्यूरियोसिटी इन यू। आपको बहुत उत्सुकता डेवलप कराना पड़ेगा कि मैं कैसे कर पाऊँगा ये सारी चीज़ें। तो आप इट शुड बी डन फ्रॉम द अर्ली टाइम बिफोर हैंड्स, then change approach in a study, be very creative and change your approach, like make poster making, figure fact, timeline making, watching the maps, pointing maps, right? You can do in multiple numbers of time, make question banks of your own, okay, bullet points prepare करो, that are very very essential थिंग यू मस्ट हैव टू डू। बच्चों बहुत सारी चीज़ें हम रिलेट करके पढ़ सकते हैं, जैसे कि मैं बताया सबोर यू हैव टू रिमेंबर अबाउट नेशनलिज्म, साबरमती, देन ही केम दांडी, लार्ज नंबर ऑफ पीपल followed Gandhiji on the way, just create imaginary like film, how you see movie, that kind you have to create the scene. Yeah, he came off, he was sitting at the Sabarmati ashram, they had discussion with the different Congress members, then they decided to break the salt law, right? And Gandhiji started the movement with 78 numbers of followers. Then on the way lakhs of people joined him to Dandi. He reached the bank on April 5 and he broke the salt law on 6 अप्रैल, यू कैन राइट 1930 में वो ब्रेक की। आप ऐसे लिख सकते हैं, वो रेस्ट हाउस में रहे या किसी के घर में रहे 5 अप्रैल को रात को, उधर क्या खाना मिला वो भी थोड़ा सा आप याद कर लीजिएगा, यानी कि आपको क्रिएट करना है। हाँ, उनको कोई रखा होगा, ये को अच्छा खाना दिया होगा, आपको याद करना होगा कि हाँ 5 अप्रैल को ये हुआ, वो रेस्ट हाउस में गए थे, या किसी जो उनके उसी एरिया का कोई उनके जो कांग्रेस लीडर थे उनके घर में रहे। ये आप आपके हिसाब से आप जो तैयारी करते हैं, मैं तो ऐसा ही सोचता हूँ, ये मेरा ट्रिक्स है बच्चों, और आप भी कर सकते हैं। ये बहुत ही आसान चीज़ है जो कि यू मस्ट हैव टू रिमेंबर ऑल दिस पॉइंट्स, ओके, टू produce a very qualitative writings in your answers, and these all are the healthy habits that we must develop in our studies में ये healthy habits है that must be remember very high. Then teach a friend is a very another thing, so teach a friend, teach to your friends, discuss with your friends whenever you are talking something. I have seen so many people in my life who have good friends and they discuss with the good students. So and have a good friend who are equally सबके साथ मिलना चाहिए, बट हैव ए गुड फ्रेंड हु आर वेरी मच सपोर्टिव एंड स्टडियस लाइक यू। आप जो पढ़ते हैं उनके साथ मिलिए ताकि आपका टाइम बर्बाद ना हो, ओके, सो दैट यू कैन मेक मोर टाइम फॉर योर स्टडीज़। अगर आपके फ्रेंड सर्किल इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इन योर लाइफ, तो सारे बच्चों का अच्छे फ्रेंड्स रहना चाहिए। अगर जो अच्छा नहीं है उसको मोल्ड हो जाना चाहिए कि हाँ मेरे को भी कुछ करना है लाइफ में। तो सारे बच्चे अच्छे हैं, हमारे स्कूल में सारे बच्चे हैं, दुनिया के सारे बच्चे अच्छे हैं, बहुत अच्छा कर सकते हैं, एंड दे नीड ओनली द डिटर्मिनेशंस एंड दे शुड हैव ओनली गोल एंड द गाइडेंस ऑफ टीचर्स एंड देयर पेरेंट्स एज वेल, ओके। तो ये बहुत ज़रूरी है। हम भी ऐसे ही थे, घूमते थे गांव में, ये करते थे, और ओके आप बहुत सारे स्टोरीज़ भी देखे होंगे सक्सेसफुल लोगों का, डॉक्टर कलाम जी के हो या बहुत सारे ऑफिसर्स है जो, ओके, ये उनके लाइफ में हो, बहुत जो क्रिकेटर्स हो, बहुत बड़े प्लेयर हो, जो भी हो, उनके लाइफ में जो स्ट्रगल होता है दैट आर वेरी इम्प्रेसिव एंड समथिंग रियली ए काइंड ऑफ थिंग दैट दे आर समवे ए रोल मॉडल टू us. But I understand some will argue on role model concept, but role model indeed importance in our life. हम रोल मॉडल देखना चाहिए कि क्या करना चाहिए, उसके हिसाब से हम कुछ एक प्लान तो लेआउट हो जाएगा, उन बहाना में उसी बहाने में हम लोग का कुछ प्लान लेआउट हो जाएगा, या ये करना है तो अच्छे से मेरे को ये सब करना है, ओके। तो प्रैक्टिस टेस्ट, एग्ज़ाम के लिए टेस्ट प्रैक्टिस करो, स्टार्ट गूगलिंग्स एंड यूट्यूबिंग, have a creative mind, a firing mind. You just run for knowledge, go for excellence, never go for perfection. परफेक्शन मैट करने के लिए परफेक्शन इज ऑल अबाउट योर गोल एंड एक्सलेंसी इज योर हैबिट दैट यू आर प्रैक्टिसिंग इन योर डे टू डे लाइफ. So these are the basic thing I must relate, I must convey to this, and these are really very important, and you can do very better in your life, better in your exams. So have a good plan in your life, have objectives in your life, why you are born, what is the investment of your parents on you. So like this, if you consider everything, then you can be a ग्रेट ह्यूमन, ए बेटर ह्यूमन एवरी डे. ओके, आप बहुत अच्छा बन सकते हैं रोज. तो अच्छे से पढ़ाई करो, आपका एग्ज़ाम बहुत अच्छा होगा, आप हमेशा अच्छा कर पाओगे. तो बच्चों लास्ट में ये बोलूँगा कि आपका ये पॉइंट्स अच्छा लगेगा, मैं इसका डिस्क्रिप्शन में इसका ये दे दूँगा, आप इसको रख सकते हैं आपके साथ. हाँ, क्या क्या हमको करना चाहिए थोड़ा लिख सकते हैं. ये देखो सेकेंड टाइम मैं ये किया हूँ, इसको दोबारा रिकॉर्ड कर चुका हूँ. तो चलो, जो फ्रेंड्स भी देख रहे होंगे आपको अच्छा लगेगा ये पॉइंट्स, तो आप अपने बच्चों को भी सिखा सकते हैं, अपने बच्चों को गाइडेंस कर सकते हैं और बच्चे अपने काम में लगा सकते हैं. तो आप सो इफ़ यू लाइक दिस थिंग देन यू कैन लाइक शेयर with your friends who okay जो that may be helpful for them, and make your comments which are very important for you here. जो पॉइंट्स आपको सबसे अच्छा लगा वो आप इसका कमेंट में लिख दीजिएगा. एंड मेक श्योर दैट एवरी स्टूडेंट ऑफ आवर स्कूल एंड all the people who are watching or following me, they can see, they can watch it and make it a part of their study habit. Thank you very much. ओके, लाइक एंड सब्सक्राइब. टीचर को बोलना बहुत ये लगता है, लेकिन कर दो, अच्छा लगेगा मुझे भी. आई एम ऑल्सो इन अ ह्यूमन बीइंग. सो थैंक यू सो मच.